Aisyah.
I'm Hidayah.
And this is Real Estate, where we look back at some of the interesting property news in the past week. So this week, we actually would like to do a special coverage on the Penang flood issue.
In case any of you are unaware, last week Penang and Kedah experienced a heavy rainfall that causes flood in many areas. Flood water are still nearly 1 meter high in many parts of Penang mainland, even though there has been no rain since Sunday morning. I have seen some of the pictures posted on the social media and it looks very bad. What's your thought about this situation?
Yeah, I saw some of the picture posted as well, and there were a picture of a completely demolished road as if there was an earthquake that occurred instead of flash flood. And we also have, there's also a picture of BMW covered in muds. Houses were being completely submerged. Even schools and university were being closed down. And according to meteorological department, it is forecasted that Penang will continue to experience heavy downfall for the next few days.
Do take note on that, Penang people. Just for your information, Malaysia experiences two monsoon seasons each year, the southwest monsoon and the northeast monsoon. So this time, the northeast monsoon, which occur in early November and end in March. It is a wet season with heavy rain that can cause flooding.
Even if you look back at some of the history, the country actually has suffered a lot of major event floods. Some of the cases is there's this one back in January 1971, the Kuala Lumpur floods, and we also have the one in December 2006, the Southern Malaysian flood, and also in February 2015, the Northern and Eastern Malaysian flood.
So we can say that flood is no longer a surprise news to Malaysia. So actually, what can be done by the people whose house is affected by the flood? Was there any insurance that could cover your property?
Yeah, there is actually. According to the General Insurance of Association Malaysia, there are three main types of insurance policy that people can buy to cover in events of natural disaster. We have the first one, the basic fire policy. This one actually covers the losses or damage caused by fire or lightning, but you can actually pay a premium in order to get additional coverage, which includes floods and also falling branches or trees. And secondly, we have the house owner policy and household policy. So this policy is the one where they provide additional coverage compared to the basic firehouse policy, which includes those natural disasters such as windstorm, typhoon, floods, impact damage, and etc. But just to be sure that these two, household policy and house owner policy, they don't cover accident occur by subsidence and landslip.
And then the difference between this policy is for homeowner policy is only focused on the damage to the physical structure of the building. And for the household policy, this policy only cover the content inside of your house, like sofa, table, even your computer. And for your information, make sure that your house is not left vacant for more than 90 days.
PIM also share on 7 steps on how to claim your insurance to better educate the public on how to do it. So step 1, check your insurance policy whether the loss or damage is covered. Step 2, notify your insurance company with full details of the incident. Step 3, provide complete and correct information relevant to the insured items. Describe the time, date, extent and cost of the loss or damage. Step 4, complete the claim forms with full details and return it together with the relevant documents such as bills, reports, etc. Step 5. If the loss is minor, you must provide photographs showing the cost and extent of the loss or damage. Step 6. Adjuster will be appointed by the insurer operators for large losses. Always request full identification of the adjuster or investigator before allowing them to assess your property. Step 7. You should check the time frame for claim notification as stipulated in your policy.
While this is informative, I didn't know about it before.
Yeah, I agree. With this increasing weather-related natural disaster, it is advised that homeowner revise their home insurance policy to make sure that coverage is actually provided to mitigate the losses incurred to them.
Okay, besides flood insurance coverage, I'm sure there are a lot of people wondering about the property prices, saying how flood might damage their house.
Yeah, I think it is quite a big concern among the property owners.
So we contacted a head of administration, agency and valuation, Philip Loo from VPC Alliance Petaling Jaya to elaborate furthermore on this issue.
If this flood happens, case, the user happens will be damage the property, the property condition become bad, damage the property, and then piping, wirings, then they will cause damages to the physical condition of the property. And this one we have this additional cost to the owners to repay or scouting. Definitely this one will affect the so-called cost, and then especially the buyer see the condition not so good, then they are not willing to pay the market value. Subsequently, like because with the flooding areas and the rental price will be dropping. The reason why, because some tenants is heard about this place we have flooding, then they will try to avoid to come to stay or come to occupy. Certain financial institutions, like such as banks, they will like more cautious or more stringent, especially come to those flood happens before, or like some say maybe landslide areas like I think all of us know like Bukit Antarabangsa areas is like unofficially the bank sometimes we blacklisted the particular areas. Blacklisted in means is that they are not keen to give out loan for the kind of area. Therefore, like those property located near to the landslide area, flood area, they are very difficult to get a loan. Therefore, in this one, we affect the prices as well as the rental. But overall, if the relevant kind of authorities or local authorities, they have on time to time, they have improved the drainage systems kind of for the particular area. And then after maybe 2-3 years or few around the road, then the prices and the rental will be back to normal.
Thank you so much, Mr. Philip.
Yeah, just to highlight some of the points that he mentioned just now, he said that as a homeowner, you need to come up with the cost to repair your house yourself. And secondly, he said that future potential buyers will avoid or not be very keen on buying property near these places. So, property prices and rental prices will be affected. Thirdly, he did mention also that bank will be more reluctant to give a home loan to buyers who wanted to buy property around this place because of the high risk area. But actually, lastly, he did mention something about if relevant authorities improve the infrastructure on the place, hopefully in the future the property prices will be more stable.
If you live in a flood risk area, this is some of the prevention during the wet seasons. Firstly, prepare waterproof container for valuable and important documents. Arrange an alternative accommodation in higher ground if you are staying at low-lying areas. Empty the fridge and cupboard. Leave the door slightly open when you leave your house. Relocate electrical appliances to higher ground and disconnect electrical appliances which cannot be moved.
If unfortunately you are one of the flood victims, here's a guide on what to do after you return to your property. First, contact your insurer or insurance provider as soon as possible to report losses due to the flood damage. Second, arrange an alternative accommodation if necessary. Third, remove the mud and other debris. Check your gas and electricity. Remove any damaged fixture, fittings and furniture. Never touch a down electrical wire. Call the power company immediately. Please dispose all food that might have been in contact with flood water. Do not use the tap water directly for drinking, cooking or bathing after a flood. You need to boil the water first and add water purifying tablets. Practice good personal hygiene and wash your hands often. Wear waterproof boots and gloves to keep the flood water from touching your skin.
That's pretty good sharing. Now at least the public would know what to do when they experience flood.
Yeah, let's all just pray that this type of incident occur less in the future.
This is the end of the reel. This episode is produced by Pauline and Pamela. Like our Facebook page to keep up with all things reels.
I'm Aisyah.
I'm Hidayah.
See you next time.